my cherished ducklings. I'm Peri Lyons, and this is New York City Celebrity Psychic, which I guess is me, and you're you. So that all works out beautifully. Hi, I am sitting here waiting for you to call with your deepest, most profound questions, which I will answer with honesty, integrity, and a little mystic magic. And before we start taking calls, I'm going to talk a little for a second, and then I'm going to do the psychic tarot weather, which is just like regular weather except less damaging to crops. So it's a week when it's a week for attention. I think this week everybody's going to be getting a little more attention than usual, and I say that because I got a lot of attention yesterday. Two things happened. One was one thing happened the day before, which is I live in Maryland part of the time. I'm in New York City most of the time, but I also am restoring a house in Maryland. So I got to meet the current governor's mother, which was lovely, Westmore's mom. And she said, "I know you. You're the girl who had the piano fall in your head." I'm like, yeah. She said, "That's wonderful." I'm like, it wasn't at the time, but thank you. The reason she said that is because if you're a regular listener, you know that one of the reasons I became a little more psychic than usual is because, in fact, I had a piano fall in my head. I loved that she remembered that, and I was feeling like I'm special. So I was in Brooklyn yesterday, and I was walking down the street, and this woman came running up to me on the street. She said, "Miss, miss," and I'm like poised to give her an autograph. Yes, yes. How can my fabulousness radiate onto your humdrum life? I didn't actually say that, but I was like, "Oh, an admirer." And it turns out that she wasn't, in fact, an admirer. She was somebody who was coming to tell me that I had accidentally tucked the back of my dress into the back of my underpants and was strolling down Atlantic Avenue with full moon shining. Woo! So it's going to be a week for a lot of attention. Hopefully, slightly better than that. So I'm Peri Lyons. You're listening to New York City Celebrity Psychic. And I'm very happy you're here. And I'm very on tonight, so I'm really looking forward to your calls. Meanwhile, I'm going to pick 3 cards. The first card is for the first part of this week coming up. Second part is for you're catching on, the second part of this week. And the third card is for the end of the week. And so that's 7 days. So 2.5, 2.5, 2.5. I don't know how that works mathematically, but just figure it out amongst yourselves. Okay, I'm going to grab the cards. I never pre-pick them, which is why you always get to see the top of my head. Emma in Melbourne. Oh, I love Melbourne. It's the New York of Australia. I'll be with you in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. In fact, I have a lamb here, so I will wait till he shakes his tail. Let me just finish the psychic weather, and then I can't wait to read for you. Meanwhile, Emma, while you're waiting, breathe in deeply through your nose, and while you're breathing out through your mouth, go like this, like you're blowing out a birthday candle. That stimulates the vagus nerve. Not the vagus nerve, which is a little different. The vagus nerve is where you wake up in a hotel room with 3 sex workers you don't remember calling for and possibly a tiger. But enough about my personal life. Okay, ready? The first card is, the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is a fascinating card. It means that somebody around you who might be a woman who might be an air sign, which is to say Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. Oh, I got that right. Going to be in your vicinity. It also might mean that somebody is a lady, or somebody who identifies as a lady. We're very LGBTQ, Happy Pride Month here, friendly. So this is somebody who might seem like they're a little critical of you. They have your best interests at heart. They might not know quite how to phrase what they think of as helpful and constructive criticism. So you might feel like, "Oh, ow, that hurt." This actually this already happened to me today. So I hope it goes better for you than it did for me. Somebody was very, very direct with me. So if somebody in your vicinity is giving you constructive criticism, don't break their nose. Take a deep breath and just thank them for the input and maybe listen to what they have to say, and then later poison their coffee. Okay, too much true crime. I've been listening to too much true crime. Page of Wands. This is a couple of things. Whenever I get this, it symbolizes technically it symbolizes a young person who is a Leo, an Aries, or a Sagittarius. So you might have one of them running around, which is always good. Always. But it also means, for me, communications. So this means that you might be in the middle of the week getting some interesting texts, some interesting phone calls, and there's going to be something coming through in a kind of textual or phone call or even email. I never look at my email. I'm too scared. Too many cheerleaders offering to help me with my erectile dysfunction. But I can't believe I just said that outside of my head. But so this is some sort of helpful communication or an important like text message that comes in midweek. Also, if there's a child in your vicinity pulling focus, which is to say who needs attention, they might need a little calming down. They might need a little structure. They might need a little soft spoken breathing. So if there's a kid in your vicinity who's bouncing off the walls, just talk to them softly and they will match your tone. I found that out. It's true. And, the last card, that's really interesting. The end of the week. This card is a little daunting. It's somebody carrying a whole lot of sticks and they're bent over and they might feel overwhelmed. They might feel like somebody's delegated way too much to them, or they might be somebody who isn't delegating properly. Whatever the case is, in this case, what this means is that you're going to be feeling a little overwhelmed at the end of the week, but don't worry. For one thing, this is a 10 card, which means it's the end of a cycle. And and your overwhelm is easily dealt with by either delegating or telling somebody, I'm a little overwhelmed, can you help me out with this? Or by following my old recipe for overwhelm, which is how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. I do not advocate eating elephants. It's a metaphor. But if you start to get overwhelmed, just take a deep breath, know that it's very short-lived and you're going to deal with it perfectly. Okay, there we go. Emma, are you still there?
Yes, hello.
Hello, darling. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I'm awesome. All the better for you being here. So I like to connect to people through, and I want to come visit you in Melbourne. I love Australia. I lived there for a while. It's fabulous. Everything in Australia is 13% bigger, brighter, and more interesting than in America. So that's what I think. Anyway, so I like to connect to people through their birthdays. When's your birthday, my love? You don't have to tell me the year, just the day.
14th of the 4th, 1987.
Okay, say that one more time.
14th of April, 1987.
Oh, good. Thank you. Sorry, I'm having a little volume thing with my phone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good. I can hear you too. All right. So it feels to me like, your life is going pretty well, as opposed to the way it was going last year when it kind of sucked. So I'm very glad that you pulled out of that. Wow, you had some hard times last year. I'm sorry about that. So how can I help you? Do you have a question?
I have a question about love. Because I've been single for close to 7 years, when love will come in for me.
Oh, sweetie. I'm sorry. I like the way you say, is love coming for me? Because that makes, it sounds a little terrifying, which is absolutely on the money when it comes to love. First of all, what I'd like you to recognize and own and give yourself credit for is that you needed some time off. You needed to be single for a while, because honestly, I can see you with my heart's eye, and you could just go like this and have anybody you want. So you really could. You may not think so, but you can. Interestingly, I think you're going to start. I don't think you've been actively looking for it, which is fine. I'm single these days too. And whenever I get on an app, it makes me want to put my head in the oven. I don't think apps are for you. I think, interestingly, I think just tell your friends that you'd like to meet somebody. You've got great friends. You have awesome friends, and they love you. So I'm feeling like the first hit I got is it's not too far. I actually think you'll meet somebody in July, which I realize is winter for you. So, so wear something fuzzy and cozy. But it looks to me you have one girlfriend in particular who's almost, she's like a soul sister. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. I think she might introduce you to somebody. I don't see you I don't see you going on the apps. I see your friends fixing you up. I also think it might not be a fix up. It might be, I think you're going to go to a party or a barbecue or something in July. And somebody's going to be there and it's going to be like some enchanted evening. It's going to be like you just sort of look at each other and there you are. And I like that you're not worrying about it. I mean, you're asking the question, but you're not worried about it. There's no I'm not getting anxiety. I'm just getting. Does that make sense?
Yes, yeah. Because I have recently connected with someone recently, and it feels like a soul connection, but I'm just not really sure.
I think it is a small connection, but I think for some reason I'm getting June, July. So I think there is a connection there. I think it's going to, you might not see each other for a couple weeks for some reason, but I think it's going to, I'm going to actually move it closer. I'm going to move it into June. But I think by July, you're going to be in a relationship. That's what I think. And I think, actually, it's going to be a really nice one. Is this person in the arts? Do they like play an instrument or something?
The person who I've connected with recently? No.
Well, there's some sort of, I don't know, there's some, you might, somebody who enjoys music. I'm getting like a musical thing here. Yeah, I like this person. I think, yeah, it's either this person or, oh, you know what? What might happen is, you might be sort of back and forth, but I'm seeing you at like a barbecue or a party, talking to somebody very intently. If it's not this person, it's somebody else. Might be this person though, actually. But yeah, there is. You haven't felt this kind of connection for a while with somebody, is what I'm feeling. So, yeah, I like this person. Cool. Anything else I can help you with? You're definitely going to be in a relationship by the end of July. You're going to be like picking out monogram napkins, if that's your thing. If that's not your thing, don't do it.
Wow, that's very exciting. Something to look forward to.
Anything else I can help you with?
Can I please ask a question about my career? I feel like I'm in like a bit of a transition crossroads in terms of if I pursue my nursing career or if I stay where I'm at.
I think the transition is going to present itself in an organic way. I would stay where you're at, look around, because you're being a little underappreciated in the job you're in. And you're kind of doing two people's work for the price of one. Am I right?
Yes, I've been doing a lot of management work. I was offered a management role, but I declined it.
I don't know if management is real. You do what you do really well, management feels like it would kind of, I want you to get paid more for doing what you do. Management feels like, here's what I think. I think that you're going to get a job offer. I don't think it's going to be till August or September, but I think you're going to get sort of headhunted. That sounds like, I mean, like with blowpipes and poison darts and stuff, but I don't. Unless that's fun for you, in which case, go ahead. Somebody you know works in a company that does something not dissimilar from the company you're working in right now. And I think that they're going to reach out to you. So I would kind of think about staying where you are for the time being, but keep your ears open, because there's something that is more of what you like doing and for more money. And I do think you already know the person who's going to be offering you this, but that's what I'm getting. Does that work for you?
That's interesting, because that's what happened to me 4 years ago. And I also have a nursing degree, and I've just not really been using it. And that person I was speaking about before, that soul connection, has kind of been a bit of a catalyst in my career. And I've gone, hold on, should I be pursuing my nursing now? Is now a good time? So interesting.
I think nursing, I think you'd be a spectacular nurse. Are you pediatric? Do you have a specialty? And Katie in Katie in Minnesota, I'll be with you in a minute. So what's your specialty?
Yeah, I really, really want to do end-of-life nursing, so palliative care, nurse people while they pass away in their own home.
Oh, that's wonderful. I have a couple of friends who are end-of-life doulas, and it's such an amazing thing to be able to offer people. And you have an enormous heart, and you're very solid, you're very steady, you're very solid. That's a lovely thing to do. Yeah. I mean, so if that's calling you, I would think about, just stay where you are for a little while, take a deep breath. And it's interesting, because the same kind of thing is going to happen. That I think it might not be the same person who was a catalyst last time, but that seems to be in your aura. People reach out to you. So that's really interesting. I'm curious as to what will happen, but I love that you're thinking about doing that. I think that would be very, very soul nourishing for you. And I also think you'd be doing the world a good deed. Thank you, my love. I appreciate it. Let me know what happens. I'm Peri Lyons. I'm on Facebook, and just let me know in July when the relationship thing works out, okay? Because I care, and I'm also nosy. All right, sweetheart.
Thank you so much for that.
Bye-bye, sweetie. Katie, we have Katie is it Minnesota? Katie, my love, are you still there? I'm going to hum while I'm waiting for Katie. Katie.
Hi, can you hear me?
Oh, good. Hi, sweetie. Yeah, barely. I'm having a little audio trouble, so speak loudly and enunciate. My headphones bit the dust right before showtime. So, how are you, my love?
I'm doing pretty good.
Oh, good. Nice to hear your voice.
Yeah, for the most part, I could say that.
Very,
They're
very
updating
nice
the towers in my area, so I had to move outside.
Okay, that's fine. I'll stay inside if it's all the same to you. So I like to connect people through their birthdays. When's your birthday, my angel?
March 4th.
Oh, Pisces. Rock on. Me too.
Yeah.
Pisces women are the best. Pisces men, they're really charming, but they're kind of weak. But Pisces women, man, we can do anything. I mean, not to brag, but also March is the best month to have a birthday. I like your vibe. Great vibe.
I agree.
So how can I help you, my angel?
Well, just, I don't know, whatever. Just trying to get a reading. I don't know, maybe some guidance.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to use tarot cards for you. How's that?
Sounds good.
And you can see the top of my head because I still haven't figured out how to put the tarot cards in my lap. Apparently, that's just too complicated. Interesting. It feels to me, when you get the Fool card, it doesn't mean you're an idiot at all. The Fool card, the poor guy, this is the guy that everything in the tarot happens to. This poor dope. When you get the Fool card, it means that you're on the brink of starting, you're taking a step up in your life. You're starting a new journey. And that's very much the energy I'm feeling with you. I'm feeling like you want to take a step up in your life. You want to take some risks and, sorry, can't not do that. And trust your dreams, but you're not sure what your dreams are. Is that correct?
Yeah, pretty spot on.
I love my work. Well, here's the thing. One of the things that I'm getting the Hanged Man card. Hanged Man card means that you're going through a phase of spiritual growth. You're changed. That Hanged Man card is the opposite of when somebody like changes on the outside, like they shave their head, they wear orange robes, they dance around singing Hare Krishna, but they're still the same idiot inside. No offense to Hare Krishnas out there. I know some very nice ones, but you know what I mean. The Hanged Man card is when you look the same on the outside, but you're changing in the inside. And you're feeling like you want to know what you want to know. And what I'm here to tell you is you have a few talents, which is why it's a little complicated for you. Joni Mitchell calls it the crazy you get from too much choice. But you have an artistic dream, but you're somebody who really values security. So whatever the job you're doing now, I would start making them know how valuable you are and sort of stay in that job for a little while. But I would start taking some risks in terms of your artistic dreams. Now, your artistic dreams, hold on a second. They're giving me two things. One of them is where you're on a stage behind a microphone. And one of them is where you're essentially telling people what to do with their furniture and their colors. So it feels to me like you have a performing dream and you also are very good at design. Are either of those things true? Just say yes, I'll send you $20.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like both of those things are true.
Yeah, they both are.
Yeah. You have great design sense. Will you come to my house, please? I'll come to Minnesota. I'll bring my house to Minnesota. So we have 2 minutes. So here's what I'm going to suggest. I'm going to suggest that you take baby steps in the direction of both of those things. I would say, I'm not sure if it's stand-up or singing. I think you might be a singer. If you can find just an open mic in your neighborhood and find a song you like and find somebody to play for you, it's very easy. That's how I started a 20-year singing career. Just taking a baby step, and baby step with the design stuff. Step. What? No, it's a baby step.
I said that is a big step.
No, it's baby.
But maybe not.
Oh, open mic in your neighborhood. That isn't it? Okay. The other thing I do is start to take your dreams seriously. I think there's a part of you that thinks like, well, I kind of don't have a permission slip to do that. But maybe take an online course in interior design, because the thing is, we've got 60 seconds, so I'm going to talk really fast, which is easy because I'm a New Yorker. The thing is that here's your magic key. People really like you. So that's your Marvel superhero talent. Anything you do, people are going to support you because you're incredibly likable. It's your superpower. So you can you can step on stage and sing a little. People are going to root for you and like you. You can take a design course and then maybe ask a friend if you can design their house or something like that. But I think within 2 years, you're going to start heading seriously in the direction of at least one of these dreams. You've got a lot of talent and you've got a lot ahead of you. So good luck, my angel.